Coming up, the cause of pride flags being removed from Boston University's campus.
And keep an eye on your mail as scammers try to fake court notices.
And we are live in 3 locations with our weather correspondent live in the Boston Public Garden.
All that and much more this morning, Tuesday, March 24th on Good Morning Emerson. Good morning, Emerson. I'm Samantha Bowen.
And I'm Daniel Lipoff.
Daniel, you had a great weekend, right? It was your birthday.
It was.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I turned 20 this yesterday. I woke up, my back kind of hurts. So
oh, right. No longer
it's
a
hitting
teenager.
me. No, it's hitting me like a bus.
Trust me, it doesn't get better.
Oh, great. But no, I had an amazing time, spent the day with my friends and family. I went home last week.
Oh,
So
nice.
I spent time with family there.
Very fun. Well, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a few things that are different around. If you're walking around BU this weekend, you may have noticed something different. Pride flags are among items that have been removed from the Boston University's campus as a content-neutral sign policy. The Boston School has been facing criticism from some students as several flags, including Pride and Israeli flags, were removed from residence halls, windows, and common areas. According to the policy, BU has designated free expression boards across the campus. However, students feel limited. Boston University student Beth Dallaire said, especially for a school that touts itself from being open and accepting space for all students, to then go and remove flags that denote specific safe spaces for LGBTQ+ community. Students are asking for some clearance on the new action, but the university did not respond for a request for a comment. Boston police are investigating an early morning stabbing on Sunday in Seaport. A person was stabbed in the area of 72 Seaport Boulevard around 2:45 a.m. When officers arrived at the scene, they discovered the victim suffering from a life-threatening injuries and quickly sent them to the nearest hospital. As of now, police stated there has been no arrest and details of the story continues to develop.
Officials in Massachusetts and New Hampshire are warning the public about fake court notices sent by scammers. At first glance, the notices seem to look legitimate, but at a closer look, the notices are filled with typos and errors. For example, on the headlines of some notices, they'll say State of Massachusetts instead of Commonwealth. Police in Norwood and Weymouth are sharing examples of these fake notices, which claim the recipient has a traffic violation and must either pay immediately fines or appear in a court hearing. The document leads victims to a scannable QR code to pay the fines. Authorities urge the public not to scan the QR code, provide any credit card information, or any personal details. Instead, they should delete the message and contact the court through the official .gov website if they have concerns about a ticket. The trial of former North Andover police officer Kelsey Fitzsimmons begins this week. In the summer of 2025, while Fitzsimmons was off duty, she was shot by a fellow police officer as they served a restraining order at her home. Yesterday, Fitzsimmons pleaded not guilty to the charge of assault with a dangerous weapon. Opening statements from both the defense and prosecution made it look though as different events had occurred. The restraining order was filed against Fitzsimmons by her ex-fiancé, Justin Alayan. The order claimed that Fitzsimmons was a danger to not only herself, but both to Alayan and their 1-year-old son. During the incident, the prosecution alleges that Fitzsimmons held a gun up to another officer, but the defense claims Fitzsimmons actually held the gun up to herself. An affidavit written by Alayan claims Fitzsimmons threatened to kill herself and the baby while she was pregnant. The judge is hopeful this trial will conclude by the end of the week.
We're going to head now to the JPC where our WEBN correspondent Audrey Coleman has the latest breaking news. Audrey?
Thank you, Sam and Daniel, and good morning. Here is today's WEBN breaking news updates. An online fundraiser for a Boston police officer has reached more than $400,000 in donations. Nicholas O'Malley, a Boston police officer, was charged with voluntary manslaughter during a carjacking earlier this month when a man assaulted a woman in her car, pulled her out, and drove off. Responding to the stolen car, O'Malley fired 3 fatal shots. O'Malley has pleaded not guilty. Senate confirmed Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin to lead the Department of Homeland Security, replacing Kristi Noem, who was fired earlier this month.
On this vote, The ayes are 54, the nays are 45. The nomination of Mark Wayne Mullen of Oklahoma to be Secretary of Homeland Security is confirmed.
Senate confirmed Mullen's nomination by a vote of 54 to 45, with Democratic Senators John Fetterman and Martin Heinrich supporting his confirmation. The Department of Homeland Security has entered its 6th week of shutdown. Iran attacked Israel with a new wave of missiles early Tuesday morning. The attacks came hours after warning of, quote, special plans that remove any hope of ending the war. 6 people were injured and 3 buildings were damaged in the strikes. The death toll has exceeded 2,000 across the Middle East as the war enters its 4th week. Boston Marathon athlete Allison Bogdansky is running for a cause this April. In honor of her mom, Bogdansky is running for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, where her mother, a 2-time breast cancer survivor, received her treatments. Bogdansky says running the marathon is her way of honoring her mom's fight and celebrating her survival. That's all for today's breaking news. Sam and Daniel, do you know anyone who's run the marathon?
I haven't personally. I did want to actually run the 5K this year, but things didn't end up working out. I think my mom has a friend that ran the New York Marathon,
Interesting.
but I don't know anyone that ran the Boston Marathon.
Yes, I don't know anybody who has done it. I go and watch it every year. It's a fun event, and I love to support people. But my family, I don't have any family here, or friends.
I know. I can't think of anyone I know personally, but I've met some people at the finish line when I covered it last year, and that was fun.
Yeah, I don't know anybody here that runs it.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Audrey.
Today we're going to be joined by our weather correspondent, Isabella Rocha, who is live in the Boston Public Garden. What's the weather look like for this week?
Good morning, you guys, and happy first Tuesday of spring. As you can see, I am live from the Boston Public Garden right now, where the sun is making a bright appearance right behind me. Today, it is looking very sunny outside, as you can tell, and the sun is expected to stay sticking around for the rest of the day, as it will be getting to be a high of 46 later on in the afternoon. But do be anticipating some chilly weather later this evening, as it will be going down to as low as 33 degrees. Do bring a light jacket or a hoodie with you, though, because it is going to be a chillier day. It is not too warm for you to be wearing a short sleeve shirt today. But for the rest of the week, you might be able to tell that spring is here, and we are going to be seeing some warmer temperatures throughout the week. Tomorrow, it'll most likely be sunny outside, with the high being 52 degrees and the low being 40 degrees. Thursday, the sun will crawl back into the clouds, as we'll be seeing some partly cloudy weather, but it is supposed to be our hottest day for the rest of the week. The high is expected to be 60 degrees and the low 45 degrees, which is higher than the temperature we're even seeing right now. Friday and into the rest of the weekend, it will be partly cloudy outside, with the average of the high being within the 40s and the low being between the mid-20s to late 30s. So if you're tired of the cold and you're ready for spring to roll around, I am with you, as we'll be seeing some warmer temperatures throughout the week. We might be in for a treat. I am live from the Boston Public Garden. That is all I have for you today for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Isabella.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, our politics correspondent, Anthony Ciano, has the latest.
Good morning, Emerson. What's that?
It's the best morning show ever.
Live for Good Morning Emerson.
Good morning, Emerson.
Good morning, Emerson.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
We are so glad to be waking up with you all this morning.
Today, I'm out here in the sunny Boston Commons.
I'm here live at the State House on Election Day. Yeah, that's right, you heard it.
In more Disney news, Disney's battle with YouTube TV is not going as expected.
And right now we're going to go to Chloe Tebow with the latest political upheaval.
WEBN breaking news updates.
For today's weather forecast, hold on to your hat.
For the week ahead. So let's break down the forecast.
Now let's jump right into our top stories.
On all today's top stories, Steve.
We are joined now by the dancers of EUDT's contemporary company.
We are here with the Emerson Ultimate Frisbee team. Welcome, guys.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
We're going to hear from our politics correspondent, Anthony Ciano, who has the information on ICE heading to airports nationwide. Anthony?
Thank you, Samantha and Daniel. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents are now operating as TSA agent assistants in many major U.S. airports. As of Monday, at least 13 different airports across the country have been confirmed to be operating alongside ICE. Among the airports, Chicago's O'Hare and New York's LaGuardia have made the list. For here in Boston, however, no confirmation on Logan Airport's addition to the list has been announced. As of right now, no New England airports have made it onto the list. A worldwide security alert was sent out Sunday to Americans abroad, warning them to be cautious. The Department of State released a warning that Americans currently abroad, especially in the Middle East, should be wary of threats from Iran-linked groups. The warning comes as a Friday threat from an Iranian military spokesperson announced that tourism havens abroad will be targeted if the war continues. Americans are being advised to always follow guidance and security alerts issued by the nearest embassies when abroad. Italians voted Sunday to reject Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's judicial branch overhaul. The vote ultimately turned out to be 54% of Italians against the reorganization and just 46% in support of it. After results were revealed Monday, revealing her loss, Meloni said, "The Italians decided, and we respect this decision." The voting result was driven by young voters, with 61% of 18 to 34-year-olds voting against the proposal. That's all I have for politics today. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm Anthony Ciano.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Well, it is now almost time for baseball season to start.
Yes.
I know for you Yankees fans, starts
Yes,
tomorrow.
Yes.
For us Red Sox fans, you're on the other fun side of baseball. We start on Thursday.
Interesting. I'm very excited to see how this season goes. I think last season, the Dodgers didn't home, and as a Yankees fan, I'm a little bit bitter about it.
Oh,
But
as a Mets fan, I'm a little bit.
Are you a Mets fan?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh.
You find out something.
You
new
learn
about
something new
someone
every day.
Yeah. With more on the start of the MLB season, our sports correspondent Emily Champagne is live in the studio today. Emily.
Thanks, Samantha and Daniel. The Boston Red Sox kick off their 2026 regular season this Thursday. They will head to Cincinnati for a 4:10 p.m. opening day matchup against the Reds. Ace Garrett Crochet is set to get the ball, making his third consecutive opening day start after a strong first season in Boston. New addition Alex Bregman will also be in the lineup as the Sox look to build on a promising offseason. Finally, manager Alex Cora enters his sixth season of his second stint at the helm, with high hopes for a young and retooled roster. If you're looking to see the Sox at Fenway Park, April 3rd will be your day, where they'll face off against the San Diego Padres. Team USA dominated in the Fanatics Flag Football Classic this past Saturday. Taking down an NFL All-Star squad, the event held at BMO Stadium, the future Olympic venue for flag football in 2028, featured current and former pro stars, including Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, and Saquon Barkley, competing against the nation's top flag football athletes. Team USA proved too fast and too skilled, scoring on nearly every possession throughout the day. The NFL All-Stars made it close late, but Team USA pulled away for the win. The event was designed to spotlight the growth of flag football ahead of its Olympic debut. And in Emerson College news, men's volleyball picked up its first conference win of the season Friday, taking down Dean College 3-1. Sophomore Mario Cielo led the way with a season-high 15 kills, while junior Riley Goldman added 13. And first-year setter Ryan Chen dished out 37 assists to help the Lions' offense humming. Emerson rallied from an early deficit in the opening set and held on through a tight third-set loss to close out the match in 4. The Lions improved to 4-10 on the year and are back in action Thursday against Wentworth.
Goldman gets a kill there on the assist.
That's all I have for sports today. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm Emily Champagne.
Thank you, Emily.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we return,
drama from ABC has fans at odds. Find out why.
And later, catch a sneak peek of a dance from Emerson Urban Dance Theatre.
All that and much more when we come back.
And when I arrive at my destination, I am gonna kill Bill.
What? Oh, okay, cutting. Sorry, can we get some of this guy Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Casey, and we're the National Broadcasting Society.
Come out to some of our weekly workshops, or work on some of our sets.
Explore the bigger picture with NBS.
We'll see you there.
All right, let's get another take. Camera, sound.
Hi, I'm Mary Malloy, the host of Speechless, and you're watching the Emerson Channel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. So with spring around the corner, I'm starting to feel up some things, which happens to be allergies.
Oh my goodness. I actually have to go to CVS after this and go buy myself some allergy medicine.
It is like the worst because you start to feel it and then everybody's going through it and you sit next to someone in class or out in public and you're like,
Last year, there was this one day, it was literally the last day of school. My eyes were so red, it actually looked like I was crying the whole day. It was insane.
Yeah, it's about that time. Are you sick or do you just have allergies?
Well, spring officially started Friday, March 20th, but with spring comes seasonal allergies. Pollen in trees, grass, and weeds is the main culprit for allergy symptoms, but not to worry, here's some tips on how to prepare yourself. Pollen levels peak in Boston from early spring to around October, progressively getting worse until late summer, then easing off as fall approaches. Some common symptoms are a runny nose, itchy and irritated eyes and throat, congestion, sneezing, and headaches. Over-the-counter medicines like Claritin and Xyzal and Flonase are recommended to combat these symptoms. Experts say that climate change is leading to longer and more intense allergy seasons. With warmer temperatures, plants grow earlier, creating more opportunities for pollen growth. Experts also point out that treatment for allergies have become more effective over the years.
If you are a reality TV show watcher, in news for you, the season of The Bachelorette has been canceled. Taylor Frankie Paul from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was the start of the next season, but all of a sudden it changed when TMZ released a video of her Thursday. If you know her history, she troubles in life and love, including when she faced charges from a violent incident with her former boyfriend. In the released footage, Paul is seen physically fighting former boyfriend Dakota Mortensen in front of one of Paul's children. Paul appears to throw a bar stool at Mortensen and it seems to hit another in the video. You can hear the young child start to cry. Mortensen heard yelling, "Your daughter is sitting right there." On Thursday, ABC announced they would not move forward with the season of The Bachelorette, which was supposed to air this past Sunday. ABC has never dealt with having to scrap an entire season. The network has not commented on whether the season is permanently shelved or will air later in the future. Instead, reruns of American Idol will air.
Thank you, Samantha. Well, with more Emerson news, our Emerson Update correspondent, Ryan Williams, has some more on recent staff changes. Ryan?
Thank you, Daniel and Samantha. 2 positions were eliminated in Emerson College's Office of Marketing and Communications. The Office of Marketing and Communications, led by Vice President Kelly Devers Franklin, is in charge of internal communications with the Emerson community. When asked, the college chose not to comment on the personnel decisions. They also confirmed that no further reductions are planned. 7 faculty members were promoted to associate professor with tenure. That list includes Dana Edel, Ian McManus, Sharifa Simon Roberts, Maria Aguay Carter, Hanadi Alayan, Joe Maggio, and Hunter Vaughn. In order to receive this promotion, faculty must fall within specific criteria, such as demonstrating innovation in the field and establishing collaborative research relationships with local educational communities. Congratulations to those promoted. The Emerson Student Government Association passed an initiative that would cover entry tickets to this year's EVI ceremony for all guests. This initiative has been put in place in order to encourage higher EVI's attendance from students and alum. This is the first time since 1981 that the ceremony will be free. SGA's executive president, Georgia Wynn, stated, "We already give money to the EVIs to do a great show. We might as well let people come see it." That's all I have for Emerson News this week. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm Ryan Williams.
Thank you, Ryan. We now get to hear from our field correspondent, Olivia Garcia, who went to Deck Fest at the Paramount. Olivia?
Thank you, Sam and Daniel. I'm inside the Emerson Paramount Center, where DeckFest Boston is bringing together student filmmakers, creatives, and industry voices.
DeckFest, hosted by Emerson's Delta Kappa Alpha, is a film festival dedicated to showcasing student films from all across the country. We talked to some event organizers and attendees about their thoughts on the festival.
For me, it's definitely one, being a part of the team, and two, we are just very welcoming. We have people from all over the country who submitted to this, as well as across the world. And then on top of that, it's Emerson based. We don't really have that here. For us, it's new. It involves Delta Kappa Alpha, and we all were just super collaborative. It's been super fun and welcoming, and that's just very, special to me.
As a festival that's run specifically by students, I think that DecFest really helps to sort of combine the professional film world with the student film world. We see often not so much overlap between like the professional film worlds until like students are actually graduated, whereas this offers an opportunity for people to connect and meet people while they're still enrolled and still in school.
Creating a space and like cultivating our own voices as students, I think, is very important, and also encouraging others within the community.
DecFest Boston is giving students the opportunity to showcase their films and screenings. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm Olivia Garcia.
Thank you so much, Olivia.
Well, coming up, we've got a very, very special performance from the Emerson Urban Dance Theatre.
I am so excited. I used to dance as a little girl, so anytime I get to watch a dance performance, it just sends chills through my body. It's awesome.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned for our performance.
Now I'm raw bass and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone because
We are pleased to welcome Emerson Urban Dance Theatre to the show. Folks, take it away.
why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. If it isn't love, I told her I'd never fall in love, but now I know better.
Bump shot.
Well, that was fun. Tickets for EUDT's show on sale April 1st at 12:30.
And you can see the show April 10th at 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. in the RJO Theater and streaming on YouTube.
That's all for you that we have this morning for Good Morning Emerson. I'm Samantha Bowen.
And I'm Daniel Lipoff. Thanks for waking up with us.